All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you being in the stream this morning. So let's do our how do you do. So the first thing we got Siren Silver Stash. We have me in the house. What's up, me? Good to see you. We have Ladybug Stacker. We have, let's see, Paula Bloom is in the house. We have Steve Lapointe. We have Farm Dog. What's up, brother? How you doing? Eric Bayer's in the house. Thank you so much for being here, man. Hey, Steve, I wanted to say thanks again for he gifted me a quarter in the Durbin's live stream. I wanted to say thank you so much for that. Got that in the mail. It's a beautiful, beautiful quarter. So I appreciate that. It's very kind of you, sir. Thank you very much for that. Steve Lapointe, you are a stud. All right, so let's see. We got EMR coins. He was doing some computer work. That's always fun to do. I got a complex setup too, so it takes me forever to get that stuff taken care of. Let's see. Perplexed Mind, good to see you. Appreciate you being here. We got the one, the only Brown Sugar. We got Papa York in the house. We have Crypt Keeper. Good to see you, Crypt Keeper. Thank you for being here. We got Mr. Jeff Davis. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you being here. Scott S is in the house. Man, we've already got 11 people in there and we've got 12 likes. This is a beautiful thing. I love seeing that. Thank you all so much. Remember, at 50 likes, we give something away. And then at 100 likes, if we can get 100 likes today, I'm going to give away an ounce of silver. But anyway, not about the likes. It's not about that. It's about giving you guys good, solid information and making sure that we have a good time. Oh my God, we're at 17 likes already. Awesome. You guys are all about getting it. Good to see you. So much for you. Appreciate you guys being here. All right. So today we're going to talk about to grade or not to grade. So the question comes down to ultimately, what do you want to do? Do you want to spend money doing something, or do you want to understand when it's a good idea to grade something? You want to look at other options, opportunities for you to save yourself some money. You know, the money that you spend on grading can be quite substantial. And so, do you want to understand strategies on how you can do things like get um, authenticated, validate that it is a good, genuine coin, that kind of stuff, without having to spend the money? Um, where can you send certain things for certain attributions? Where can you send things to get certain things taken care of? Where can you send things to get certain things done? And then, lastly, again, when we're talking about this, when you're in chat, again, be respectful of each other. If somebody says, I'm going to send it in because I want to send it in, then that is their choice. The purpose for today is not to say you're right or you're wrong. The intent for today is to ensure that people understand that there are options that will save them money. Okay. Money will allow you to invest in your stack. Money will allow you to invest in other numismatic coins. So if you want to do it, your bottom line is our military members up front. Okay, that's the bottom line up front. You know, that's the bluff. Okay, bottom line up front is if you want to do it, do it. Okay, but we're going to give you some other options. We're going to give you some ideas on how to best manage this. We discussed this in the other one. Again, uh, be respectful of each other's opinions. All right, and you know, we have had multiple sessions where one of my favorite ladies in all of YouTube has been so kind and generous to stand by me in my development as a numismatist. I'm going to say numismaticist just because it's going to set her off. So the one, the only Miss Paula Bloom. Thank you. I wanted to say it just
Numismaticist.
to do it because it's hilarious.
It is hilarious.
It's numismaticist. And she's
Numismaticist.
like,
I don't even
no,
know
it's
if I
not.
can say that. I
And
don't
it's
even know.
just not, it's not a trickle either.
It's not a trickle. Not a trickle. They have medicine for that.
So, Paula,
Good
thank you so much
morning.
for joining me today. I appreciate it. So, ladies
Absolutely.
and gentlemen, I've got a treat for you. Man, we're already at 20 likes. Y'all are rocking this. Thank you so much. Um, we have another treat. So many of you know my other guest. Now, you've seen him in chat. He's probably razzed you a little bit, right? Show people lessons or giving my a problem. But on his YouTube debut, he chose to join with me on this stream in this topic and share something that he found and why he decided to send something up for grading, even though it may not have been financially viable. Who is that? Our one, our only. Me is in the house.
Good morning.
Going on, brother? Good to see you.
You too.
Oh, oh man. Okay. I love this lady. She's my other one of my other favorite ladies. Amanda, thank you for being here.
Don't
So
talk to
good
her.
see you. Huh?
Don't talk to her.
Don't talk to her. Hey, she came out of lurker status early.
Yeah. Did you see what she said?
Oh, Bad Idea Lab, Show Me Stacker, See Happy Chappy, Jerry Parker. Man, I got some good names in here today. Y'all are rocking this. Thank you so much. And again, we're sitting at 24 likes. I appreciate you very much.
So you know that you're not showing the names, right?
Well, why am I not showing the names? They should be there.
Because you have that option turned off
No, the option is
to
it
show display names.
it's
Or to display names.
it's on. Why is my display names? Oh, you know why? It might be because of this.
Oh, why is it?
There it is.
Oh,
Because if I have the banner.
Hi.
So,
Hi.
okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already seen this, we decided we would have a little bit of fun. Oh, you know what I got to do? Dag nabbit, I need to change.
Change your name.
Oh,
let me
I
check
am a
this out.
slacker. Can I do that now?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you can do it. Just click on your little.
Click on my
Click on
little
it.
what?
Click on. There should be like 3 dots next to your square. I don't know what you call it. Or you could just click on your square. It says edit audio avatar.
I don't have, yeah, it just says remove from stage, solo layout, and mute.
I think it would be down. I think it would be down somewhere on your StreamYard tab. We don't have that option.
I don't think I can do it when I'm actually live though.
No, you can. There's a way. I just don't remember. There's a
Operator.
way. Yeah. there's
Yeah,
a way. I just
probably.
don't
Well, hold on.
remember.
I'll be right back. Just a sec.
Okay. Okay, bye. Oh, now we can talk about him.
That's right. Now everything that you want to say bad about him, go ahead and get it out there.
I can't think of anything. Dang it, put me on the spot. Can I talk about Amanda instead?
Sure, go ahead.
Coin card hobbyist.
All right.
There you go.
That was easy.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
I know there's a way. I just don't remember how it's done.
I know. One job, right? I had one job. I couldn't even do this.
Fire mine.
So we have me, we have my, and we have I in the house.
Yes, I do.
This should cause no ambiguity at all. Oh, all right. Well, let's go ahead and get this conversation started. I want to thank you so much. Now, this was actually done at the suggestion of me. And because last week when we had Jessica on the stream, we were talking and I asked her, when would you submit something? She's like, when I want to make sure it's real. And then she said, I don't know. You know, I've never submitted anything. And it got me thinking, Eric, if you don't know where you are, we have another problem.
I think you is in Virginia.
You might be in Virginia. But again, it's one of those things where it's like, I never really kind of thought about it, but we talk about grading. We talk about that kind of stuff all the time. And I've mentioned it in my streams, Paula, I think we've talked about it a dozen times.
Yeah.
We've mentioned it you've talked about it a ton in Lifecoin Q&A. right? We've talked about
I
it.
do talk about it. I have very strong feelings about it. I do talk
Yeah.
about it. I will keep them, I will hold them back for the purpose of today's show. I will hold them
But
back.
again, and this is where I said at the very beginning, okay, this is something that I'm very adamant about, especially when we're talking about these topics where people have strong opinions. I have no issue with somebody having a strong opinion. I don't. Um, they have their belief, they have their structure, and that's what they go by. When I look at somebody, I have to understand why their opinion is so strong. Now, I know from talking with Paula all the time, she's like, save your money.
Mm-hmm.
Use your money to buy other cool stuff.
Buy an already graded coin.
Don't throw it away.
Yeah.
But there are times where you may want to send something off. There are times you're going to want to send something off where people will disagree with you. And they're like, don't waste your money, but you have your heart set on it. In those situations, we're going to talk about that. Right. So, oh,
Lost her.
yeah, she'll be back in a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn over to me and let me talk about. We've seen this in Ida Herring's stream. He posted a video about it, but I want him to talk about one of his findings that he found and some of a discussion that happened regarding something that he found. Go ahead. I'll let you take it over and you can discuss it.
All right. Well, this was, I think it was back earlier this summer when I asked a question on Ida's because I found a Morgan dollar at a flea market. It pinged good, it weighed good, non-magnetic, and I'm still new to the hobby. So the question was, should I send it in just to have it authenticated? Chief was going to send a submission to Annex to get it, part of his submission. So why not? And so I did. And it came back. Figure this out here. All right, and here's the coin. It's a key date. It's an 1895 O. I paid $25 for this at the flea market. Now it's a key date coin, less than $500,000 minute. And so I just wanted to verify that it is a legit coin, not a forgery, because seen a few of them and they're getting pretty good.
So now the question comes in. How do you say this? What other options did you have to get authentication done instead of having to send it in?
There was I haven't really found a local coin store, but I did send some pictures to some of the people in the community, and they all thought it was legitimate. When I sent it to Chief, he took it right to his representative before they even were going to submit it, just to verify that it was an authentic coin before it went for grading. So you can just send some pictures to different people in the community.
Yeah, and so there's one thing, and again, Chief's a stud. We both know this,
Right.
The esprit de corps thing, right? Military members. You, me, and him were all Navy. We got a bunch of other military members. I know we got some other Navy folks in the house.
That's right.
We got Paula down below, who is Air Force, aka a wingnut.
Freaking wingnuts.
We've got Marines that are in the stream. Booyah Tuya, Coast Guardies. We got all sorts of Army folks. So there's a ton of military members in here. And so we have this esprit de corps. We're good to go. We share amongst ourselves. We talk amongst ourselves. We have a lot of people who are either new to the hobby or just don't have the knowledge of references of places that you can take stuff or where you can send stuff. So I want to kind of go through that aspect of it. So Paula, are you available to come off mute?
I'm here.
Okay. So many of you in the stream are very familiar with live coin Q&A. And if you're
I hope
not,
so.
then
Hope
I'm going to have
so.
somebody throw in the live coin Q&A link. This is a channel. Now, I want to be very clear. A lot of people are like, hey, Frosty, you promote a lot of other channels. Isn't that detrimental to yours? And I think no. And the
What?
reason is because I'm about sharing information. I want people to have the right information. I want people to go to the best sources. I give information, but I get my information from a lot of these folks. Okay. I trust them wholeheartedly and I trust their opinions. And so I support people like LiveCoin Q&A or Coin Help You or things of that nature, Coin Crew, even though, we all get stuff wrong from time to time.
We do.
Of course.
Paula was
course.
supposed to laugh because I was poking fun at Keith.
At Keith?
Hey, I get stuff wrong all the time. So I'm only Josh and Keith. just
Everybody
because
does. Everybody
my brother,
does.
yeah.
Nobody knows everything except Ken Potter.
Yeah, we don't. And again, it's one of those things where, I'm okay being wrong because that's, I'm going to learn. And then when I get something right, I'm going to share it with everybody. So LiveCoin Q&A, if you're not familiar with them, go check them out. If you're not subscribed to them already, if you don't watch them on, hey, what's up, buddy? He's like, I heard my name.
Don't you talk about me.
We're just picking on you, brother. Showing my channel love for people. But I share information out because I want people to understand information. I want people to have good, solid info. And if you go to like LiveCoin Q&A, you're going to hear this discussion over and over and over again. But what I wanted to do with this particular one, why I wanted to have this discussion, is it kind of came to my point or to my awareness that even though we have all these channels streaming, we have all this information out there are still people who don't know the best way to go and where to look at. And so I wanted to share some of these. So I'm going to kind of go through the list of people. Now, my number one rule, okay, and this is something that this is probably the most important in my opinion, okay? Find a trusted source. Doesn't matter what that source is. Find a trusted source, somebody that you get along with, somebody that you trust. Right. And there are a ton of people in the community that can fill that gap. There's a lot of methods and ways to do this. But find that person. If it's another YouTuber that you trust their opinion, but they don't necessarily have the knowledge.
But they think they do.
But they think right. Okay. They might not be the best person to go to. Okay. If they're always saying stuff that's positive towards you, oh man, that's a really cool coin. Oh yeah, that's great. Well, doesn't necessarily mean you're getting the best information. Okay. But when I'm talking about finding a trusted source, I'm not talking about finding a buddy. I'm talking about somebody who will give you good, solid, actionable information. Somebody that when they come at you, AKA Paula or AKA Keith for me, Miss Coin Crew, AKA Sean, and I mean all those guys, right? If I send them something and they say, Frosty, it's a beautiful coin, but it's not what you think it is. I'm not going to argue with them, right? Because they're the experts. They understand what's going on. But I want to be able to do this. Paula's the dream crusher.
That's right.
But you need to find yourself a trusted source. So that's kind of number one. Number two, what sources do we have available? So Paula, I support LiveCoin Q&A, but you also got people that within that would actually accept the coin from you in hand, would look at it, would review it, and then send it back to you. And there are people who are very trustworthy. There's also people that like create content create information that own shops that would allow you to send them to them for review, to look at, and to do stuff like that, that are very, very trustworthy. So that we have that capability, that option. Just because you're not on LiveCoin Q&A panel doesn't mean you don't know your coins, varieties, and errors. Well, so Chief, that's true. There's a lot of people out there that do. But there's experience. But again, it's finding somebody that gives you good actionable information.
Wait, did I say that? Did I say you had to be on the LiveCoin Q&A panel? I don't remember. I don't remember saying
I
that,
don't.
Chief.
I think he's
don't-
kind of poking fun at you.
I don't remember saying that. Okay. Yeah,
Well,
it's
but
not
again-
that I didn't learn from people on the panel. I learned from other people. So yeah, there's
Well,
lots of
yeah,
people
and I
that know.
don't think he was poking fun at you. I'm just saying LiveCoin Q&A. But again, finding a trusted source, it's finding a person. Now, what you want to be careful with, and this is what I was alluding to, and what Paula just alluded to just a moment ago. Just because you're friends with them doesn't mean they're going to give you the best advice.
They
Doesn't mean they're
well.
going to know the coin. Now, we do have people in the community that have been doing this a long time, and they know coins very well. And I can talk to a number of them because I've dealt with them in streams, and I've looked for them. I've seen them in videos that they've done, and kind of going through some stuff. I've been involved with looking at certain varieties where they're just slamming out information about errors and varieties, and they really know that's because it's their passion. So no, you don't have to be on LiveCoin Q&A. You don't have to be a streamer to be good. I'm just saying, find your trusted source, right?
Yeah, I think you're just saying that we're a resource for it, people. That's all.
Just- yeah.
There's very few people that do what we do and allow people to send in emails and pictures of their coins and stuff like that. There's very few people that do that on YouTube. And we're just a resource. That's all. Yeah. Okay.
Oh
go ahead.
man, I seen Big Apple Stacker in the house, dude. Thank you so much for being in here. I appreciate you being here. Dale M, Old Bill, Thomas, or Toad, chipped on a nickel. That's what the tone stands for. I almost forgot. See, Happy Chappy, man, we got a lot of cool names in here. I thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you're smashing that like, please. I appreciate you. Big Flip Kevin, man, there's a lot of good names in here. I thank you so much for this.
They all knew that I was going to be here.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. But anyway, again, it's one of those things where it's basically, find a trusted source. Number two, when you're looking at trying to find information and you're trying to determine whether or not you should send something in, is what is your goal? Right? What is the ultimate goal? What is it that you're trying to accomplish? All right. Are you doing it because you think that grading a coin is going to help you sell it later? Well, grading might not be the best option in that case, right? Because you have to look at how much it's going to cost you for shipping. You have to look at how much it's going to cost you for the grading or for the attribution, if it's a variety or an error. You have to look at the return shipping. So you have to look at the total cost of all of that. Look at the value of the coin and help determine whether or not the value of the coin with all that added cost is going to actually cause you to lose money. So if you're looking at reselling, in many, 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 many cases, grading is not going to be beneficial to you. It's just not. There are certain circumstances in which you do. Now, if you have pre-1933 gold that's in mint state, you could sell that raw, but you might be better off selling it if it's graded by PCGS, right? And in those cases, go back to those points of, number one, right? It's the key. Number one, find that trusted source. And no, Keith, I know you love gold. There's no secret there. You love pre-33 gold too. In particular, those princess ones. But again, when you're looking at doing this kind of stuff, when you're looking at investing, if you're trying to resell, then you really need to understand the value. So you need to be getting a hold of people who understand. And this is where having somebody like um, Adam or Sean from Blue Ridge or Coin Crew or Big Flip, people who have these storefronts or people who have these online sales, or they have eBay or whatnot, that they're turning coins over all the time. Contact them and talk to them about, hey, if I have this graded, this is what it's going to cost me. I'm doing a single coin. They'll talk about the value, they'll talk about the worth, they'll talk about whether or not it's going to be cost beneficial for you. And then they'll give you a recommendation. Okay, so again, what is your goal? If your goal is to resell, then you definitely want to get a hold of somebody. What's up, Nina? Good to see you.
Can I just inject something real quick?
Yeah, please.
Don't do anything until you learn to grade, though. You have to be able to grade a coin yourself. You just have to, at least with some degree of accuracy. Otherwise, you're just wasting money. You know, there's courses that you can take. There's the ANA has a great YouTube channel. They have a couple grading courses. There's some seminar you can take. You can take courses on grading. You can go to coin shops and just practice. Look at a ton of graded coins. That's the best way to learn. But you have to be able to grade a coin first. If you have to ask somebody, do you think I should have this graded? The answer is no, because you don't know how to grade that coin. And people can't accurately grade a coin through a photograph. They have to be able to see the coin in person. Anyway, that's all. Okay, go ahead, carry on.
That's okay.
Sorry.
That was actually going to be my very last point.
Oh, well, see, you didn't show me your points. I don't know what your
No,
points
it's
are.
okay. Well, because ultimately what it comes down to is, even if you think you're good at grading, right? Take it to somebody who knows grading and say, my thought on this is an MS64. This is why I think it's an MS64. What are your thoughts? And then get validation of it, right? Because, and she said something in here, there's a lot of people they think they're experts because they watch a couple videos. Grading is not easy. Now you can look at certain key elements of grading, and there are some resources out there that'll show you, like, the Liberty in the Indian head cent, or you have to see the feathers in the Indian head cent, or you're looking at high marks on the cheek, or you're looking at areas in the field. You're looking at the rim, you're looking at coin marks, or ding marks, you're looking at certain things. But when I get to MS63, 64, 65, my grading goes out the window. Right? I am no good at grading after MS64. I struggle with it. I just have a very difficult time being able to classify grades. So I can be pretty decent in some certain areas, but it doesn't make me an expert. I'm not going to take my own advice. I'm going to go take it to somebody else. But again, that all goes back to finding a trusted partner, finding somebody who will give you something. Now, hey, Mike Schleiss, or as Paula says, Mike She Schleiss. Yeah, but again, it's one of those things where, and if you come in and I don't say hi to you, I'm not thinking any less or anything of you. I'm just busy yapping. Well, grader has something to do with it. But again, if you're going to be sending something in for grading, err on the side of the low end. We all want our coin to come back at the highest possible grade. So we all err in the wrong direction. If you
That's right.
really want to avoid being depressed when you get your coin back, err on the side of the low grade. This could be a 62, 63. Okay, it's probably a 62. Could be a 65, 66. Okay, well, plan on 64, 65. You might be really good at grading, and that may be spot on, right? Not all of us are Sean at Blue Ridge, right?
Right.
Right.
We don't all have that freaking crazy capability to do that, right? We don't have the years in doing that stuff.
But
Some
you
of us do.
can. He has been doing it for years. You
Right.
can have that. It takes practice. It's an advanced skill, and it takes practice.
Yeah,
And
and
I suck at it, so I don't send anything in to be graded. I suck at grading. Don't ask me to grade your coin because I suck at it. It's not my strong point.
Yeah, Chief.
I just
Go
get
ahead.
the graded coins so I can crack them out, just to put them in my books.
If I want a graded coin, if I want a coin graded, I buy a graded coin. That's all.
So, Chief, the problem with, and I absolutely agree with you, but there's a problem in that most people err on the side of overconfidence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Most
then
people
they're
err on the side of higher than it should be.
Yep.
And what I want people to understand is that, hey, we're only 10 likes away from giving away a variety. So if you haven't already, smash that like. Um, there are people who, when they look at it, everything's in MS65.
Yeah.
And I have talked with those people a number of times. Everything's in MS65. Everything's in MS65. And it's like, no, probably not. Right. I sent in my 1884 Carson City. And I was like, I know it's a 64. I know it's a 64. And
I do.
it didn't come back as that.
Stink at grading. I'm not good at grading.
Say again?
Keith. I was just answering Keith. Yes, I did say that. Yeah.
I am kind of towards the opposite because when I hear mint state, that coin better be almost perfect. There better not be any marks on it and everything else. So I tend to be a little harder than the grades.
See, and that's not because some, like, you get MS60 and that coin can look like garbage. Garbage, I tell you.
To me, most MS60s look garbage. They look like they're circulating coins.
Yeah.
Well, remember, you don't get into the view. Go ahead, Paula.
It's not just the like finding a coin with a high grade, right? I see a lot of people submitting average, high mintage coins that even if they came back at MS67, it's still only like maybe a $50 coin, $60 coin. I see people doing that all the time, sending in modern coins to be graded and stuff. That you have to know at what point that coin, if it's so you got it, like Frostbite said, you got to factor in the cost of the coin itself, the grading costs, the shipping costs, the insurance costs, all those fees. And then you have to subtract that from the value of the coin. Once you have it graded, you got to subtract all those fees. So most of the time, if it's not a $200, $300 coin after grading, you've just lost a ton of money.
Yep.
You've just dumped a bunch of money in the toilet.
No,
but sometimes it's not about the value of the coin.
So, we'll get to that in just a second because I want to capitalize on that, but I want to talk about right now. We're talking about basically the reselling of the coin. So we'll get to that in just a minute because again, I agree with you in a certain sense of why you want to just have something graded, why you just want to have something
authenticated.
Yeah, well, and we're going to get there in just a second because it's on my docket.
Okay, go. Okay.
But when we're talking, no, it's okay. But when we're talking about the resale, and this is a great conversation. This is a conversation that people need to have. And again, everybody in the stream is going to have a little bit different opinion on this. And that's okay. Right? My streams are available and open for disagreement. I don't care if you want to disagree. I just want us to be civil about it. That's all I care about. I want us to have the discussion because you can say something that I don't necessarily agree with. It doesn't make you wrong. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it makes me wrong. Right? Sometimes it makes me wrong. But
you got to back it up. You got to back it up.
You have
to
provide that information. Yeah. So again, we're talking specifically about selling coins. Okay. And so, you look at hey, Eric's in chat. I need to get him to come up sometime too.
Yeah.
You look at Chuck Daughtry. They do the live coin Q&A. Copper coins. Sorry.
He used to be on the live coin.
He used to be on live coin Q&A. The copper coins. Now, I want to talk specifically about copper coins when you're talking about the reselling of items, because almost never do you see a graded coin coming from Chuck Daughtry.
Nope, he don't do it.
He doesn't do it. And it does not
Doesn't have
mean,
to. Doesn't have to.
Keith, I would expect nothing less from you, brother. But does that mean that his coins aren't worth grading? Absolutely not. There are some of those coins that you can find from him. In fact, there's one, I actually created a snippet from one that Parvis got, which was a DDO. And when in the live stream, when he was doing the reviews, Chuck went, "Oh, wow. Oh my. Whoa. That's easy $100 coin." Right? Oh, if you want to attribute something like that, and you can get that graded, whatever, and that's what you want to do. Absolutely. It is a hard, difficult find, and you want to get that attributed, by all means, do it. But just
The
because it's
cheapest
not
way you
graded,
can. Do it the cheapest way
cheapest
you
way
can.
you don't have to go crazy, you don't have to do all that stuff. But now let's talk about some coin dealers don't grade because yeah. Now let's talk about things like attribution. Let's get away from the money. Let's get away from the resale value. Let's get away all of that. Let's talk simply about authentication and attribution. Okay, so this is another reason why you may want to get a coin graded. Okay, and in this case, we talked about, thanks, Jerry, appreciate you. We talked about trusted partners and having people that you can do that. But what is your intent, right? Goes back to the very first one. If your intent is just to have something looking at the attribution of a I don't know, let's come up with one. Oh, I've got a good one. A 2009 WD, WMD, DDO
Enough with the alphabet.
60 006 016
What?
016 or
ABCD.
DDO 00087. It is the formative years link consent dummy thingy. Okay, so you want to get that graded. You look at it, the coin's value is only, $40. It's going to cost you $35 to get it graded.
Done that.
Is
Friday.
it worth getting it slabbed? Well, if you want it just for the
collection,
say again,
it is, in my opinion, if it's just for your collection, then it is worth it.
So this is where we're about to trigger Paula.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Well, because it's like, well, you have it, you can get it verified and authenticated. You don't have to get it slabbed. Now, here is
And
where
you also have to know which so PCGS and NGC will not attribute every single variety out there.
Yep.
PCGS
That's
only does like for they only do cherry pickers varieties or over 10s or snow varieties. NGC does cherry pickers, they do and the variety plus, but they don't do every single one out there. You have to know. Annex will grade a toenail.
well, and the important, what in the world is going on there? The important thing is, and maybe, do we have a resource for that, Paula? If not, maybe I need to build a resource for that.
For which ones they will grade?
Which ones they will attribute?
PCGS, yeah, they do themselves. They'll tell you.
No. I'm talking, do we have a viable, ready resource that shows if somebody's going to be grading? Do we have a ready resource that says if you're going to be grading this type of variety, these are the places that will do that? Because if not, then I'm going to put that together for everybody.
I don't understand the question. Like it's
Okay,
so it's simple. If PCGS will do, they have a list of they will do cherry pickers varieties. They will do over 10s. Yeah, ICG. Yeah, right, Eric. Yeah, they'll grade a toenail too. But I'm not sure I understand the question.
Okay, so for instance, if I have a non-top 100 VAM,
Yeah,
PCGS is probably not going to attribute it.
right.
However, knowing what some of those are, like having a list of items that that you would get graded, like for instance, if I have an Overton, okay, because every one of those bus dollars is an Overton.
Mm-hmm.
Every single
Every
one
Morgan and Peace dollar are a VAM.
of VAMs, right? So do we have a list outside of having to go to PCGS, outside of having to go to NGC, outside of having to
No.
go to each one of these sites?
They have a list.
But we don't
All
have
you
a
have to do is
centralized
look.
list.
All you have to do is look it up. All you have to do
Okay.
is go to.
What I'm gonna work on then for everybody is I'm gonna work on creating a quick sheet, make it available to everybody, that gives you not every single coin, but a kind of a rough overview of what items are available to you to send to specific graders, which will help you out. Now, Annex, if you're looking at something like grading repunched mint marks or some of the DDOs or DDRs from like cents or nickels, it's probably Anax is going to be your best bet. If you're going to be spending like high dollar, let's say for, and I know this is like 1 in 300 trillion, but let's say that you actually stumble across an authentic 1955 double die. Would you send that to Annex? Hell no. You're sending that to PCGS, right?
Well, it
So,
depends on the grade. It depends on the condition.
well, but again, if
It
you
depends on the
find,
condition. If it's a beat up 55, I'm sending it to Annex. If it's a beat up 55 double die, I'm sending it to Annex.
why would you
Because
not
I
send
want
it to
it.
PCGS?
Why would I send it to PCGS? It's going to cost me 3 times the amount of money to have the exact same, to have it in a slab. It's both places are it's gonna come back a details grade. Both places are gonna grade it a details grade. It's gonna be protected in the slab. It's gonna be attributed as a 1955 FS 101 from both places. So why would I send it to PCGS and spend 3 times the amount of money?
Yeah, see, but Chief, your comment there is that's your trusted source, right? That's the whole purpose. That's the whole key there.
See, makes a
But
difference.
you should, it's easy to know whether you should, it's easy to know yourself whether you should have something graded or not. It just takes a little bit of research yourself.
I'll work on making sure that some of that is put together though. I'll give you some of the basics.
Yeah, I
Um,
just, so a lot of times condition is a huge factor, one of the top factors in where you're going to send a coin or if you're going to send it. It just is. Because you're spending any money that you spend is money that's out. If you go to resell that coin, that's money that you have to deduct from the profit that you're going to make on that coin.
so again, this
Does
is
that
where
make
it's
sense? Does that make sense?
no, it absolutely does. Now, see,
Yeah.
I would because the 1955 double die has a high premium to it, especially if it's that type 1 doubling, or something like we just had the discussion on the find. Keith did a video on it. I did a video on it regarding the Duke Ellington quarter, that
Mhm.
beautiful type 1 double die.
We just had that on
Yeah.
on Monday. Mhm.
So again, would you send that to ANX or would you send that to PCGS?
It would depend on the condition.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it
condition
would. It
really.
would.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely it would, because it would depend on if it's a mint state coin or even it depends on the condition, depends on the coin. If it's a trashed coin, I'm sending it to the place it's going to cost me the least amount of money to get a details grade.
Gotcha.
I may not even send it in, but most people would,
Well,
just to have it verified that it's authentic,
but then again, that goes back to what's the intent. If you're looking at just getting it attributed, then ANAX is fine.
No, you mean to get it authenticated?
To get it authenticated, yeah.
Yeah, Annex, if you've got a poor condition coin, the resale is going to be the same no matter what it's in, because it's going to be a details grade, period.
So again, this is where it's like it's important to understand. Now, let's hit the last one, and this is the one that Paul is going to be like, if you got money to blow, then send it my way.
Yeah.
But the final aspect to this is this: if you want to get it graded, grade it. Done. That's your money. What we're trying to do is we're simply trying to provide you the best possible ideas, resources, availability for things. If you have your heart set on sending it in for grading, do it. That's fine by me, right? I would much rather hold on to the coin and buy me another variety, or do what some of the best advice that I've been given by people in the coin community that have been doing this for a long time is that if you have one, for instance, you have one for your typeset, but you want to upgrade it, sell that coin raw, point to point. Take that money and turn it and throw a little bit extra money in and buy you a nicer variety, right? Do that till you get a really nice one. And once you get the really, really nice one, then get it slabbed or not. But if you have your heart set on getting something slabbed, ultimately, that is your call. You do it. We are only trying to save you time, effort, money, keep you from going mad, keep you from getting angry at the grading service because it doesn't come back the way that you want it to. Or as many people have said in the chat throughout this entire discussion, having it come back in a body bag. Now, for those of you who don't know what a body bag is, it's a very nice way of saying we're not slabbing this coin. This coin's not getting slabbed. It's damaged. It's not what you think. It's not authentic. And they'll leave you a nice, pretty little note. I've never got one back in a body bag, but I have never sent a coin in for grading. I've always bought them. Now, I have sent coins to people like Chief. Chief has submitted some coins for me. I'm really anxious to see one of them come back. Actually, two of them come back. Those are the first coins I've ever sent off for grading. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what they are. I did send my big one in through the use of another friend of mine to get my Carson City, my only Carson City. And I didn't care what the value came back at. I know what I spent for it, adding the money to it. I lost money in that particular one, but I wanted it done. Nobody was going to tell me, don't send that coin in. And I wasn't going to listen to them because I wanted it done. So ultimately, all this advice that we've given you, all the information that we've shared with you, everything that's out there, if you want to do it, do it. It's ultimately your money. We just want to make sure that you get the best information. We want to make sure that we save you money, save you frustration, save you angst by sending something in that's going to be either returned to you in a body bag or not be what you want. Okay, that's basically the premise of this. So you had your O-type Morgan dollar that you found. It came back at fine 15. How was your ultimate thing with the grade?
It actually came
That's
back.
a $300 to $400 coin. That's a $300 to $400 coin.
Well,
But when I bought that coin, I looked at it and I thought it was going to come back just as good. I pinged it, I weighed it, and I did the magnet test when because the guy had 4 Morgan dollars, so I bought them all 4 for $100.
Nice.
And it was just in a tube until I went through my tube and said, I should probably go through these just to see if there's anything in there. And I found this, but I didn't even think it would get a fine grade. I just wanted to get it authenticated that it is an authentic Morgan dollar. So
Good deal.
I guess with the grade and everything, I'm happy with it. It came back better than I thought it was.
Chappie likes F15 coins. I like the F15.
Well, I'm an F14 mechanic myself, so.
But again, it's one of those things where ultimately it comes down to what do you want to do? right? And so we just want to provide you the best resources. Again, if you want to trigger Paula, tell her you're going to send in every coin you get.
Yeah, I
Right.
mean, I look, I can see that point of view. I just don't understand it because what's your goal? What is your goal in this hobby? If your goal is just to throw away a bunch of money and just have a bunch of slabbed coins just because, then yeah. Go
Well,
for it.
for me,
Right? Collect what you like, right? But
Exactly.
for me, is my first key date coin,
no, you did a good job. You did a good job. You
and I have
absolutely did the right thing. You did a good job. Hmm.
thanks. But for me, it's going to just stay in my collection. I have no desire to sell it. Like my wife said, it's just
Someday somebody else is going to own that coin.
right. And this way, it's already done.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
For me, it's all about collecting. It's not about reselling or the value monetarily right now. What it's worth to me. I just collect what I like.
Yeah. I mean, you just collect what you like. Like I said, if you want just a bunch of modern nickels, you know,
No, I
graded and stuff.
send them to mine.
Yeah. I mean, just collect what you like. However, understand that all of that money that you're spending on those could be saved up to buy a really, really good coin and an impressive coin.
See, but I enjoy my coins. I actually have shelves. I put them in, on stands, and I actually look at them. They're just not tucked away in the safe somewhere.
That's good. That's the way. Yeah, I mean, we all should love our coins. You should love your coins.
Like all my Dansko books are sitting on the bookcase. I go through them, look at them. Now my bullion and everything, yeah, that's in the safe somewhere, and that's stuff that I'm just stacking.
Right.
All right. Well, I can't tell you, Paula, thank you for coming up here. Me,
You're
it was good
You're
to
welcome.
introduce
Thank
you in an official live stream. This is your first live stream. What did you think about it?
I think I'll retire now.
It's a lot of fun. It's fun to stream. It's a lot of work to stream, planning, coordinating, doing stuff like that. Folks, if you're not a subscriber to me, my subscriber, go check him out. Tiger Stacker, what's up, brother? It's good to see you in the stream. That's another channel. If you're not in on, you want to go check out Tiger. Tiger's a good dude. But anyway, I just wanted to thank you, me, for coming in. I appreciate the offer to have this discussion and being able to kind of talk with people about this. I hope that you all have enjoyed this. I hope this is something that has proven beneficial. And again, ultimately the choice is, do what you're going to do. We just want to make sure that you have good, actionable intel. And as stated before, the bottom line up front is making sure that we do the best that we can with what we got. So I'm going to go ahead and pull something up real fast. Let's do the giveaway. We got the 50 like giveaway. Okay, we're going to go ahead and
Nice.
do that real quick.
Hey, I'm going to take off. Everybody, have a great weekend. And thanks for having me up, Frostbite.
Thank you.
See, good job, me.
Bye, Paula. See you on
Bye,
Monday.
guys. See ya.
Now let's
All right. We got it in here. So we're going to take the next 2 minutes. Go ahead and be entering that into chat. We'll do a drawing here in just a couple moments regarding that. Again, just as everybody, just to remind everybody, we do have the Premier Train immediately following this. So I ask that you head on over. We'll make sure that we throw in Will's Treasure. Now I've set the live stream up to end. It should automatically take you in to the to that, but I'm going to add the link. just to make certain. Why did that not work?
It's operator error.
Yes, and this is why I didn't get into telephony.
So before we send all of our coins into grading, take pictures of them and send them the emails to Paula.
Yeah, so that's one final thing. Let's take the next 2 minutes and talk about that. So if you're going to be sending in something to like Livecoin Q&A to be a part of their show, what I want you to do is and they say this all the time, good quality photos help. Okay. It's really important. I'll talk a little bit about this. Uh, Maybe I'll make a little bit of a video on if you're going to be doing a submission to them, what you might want to do.
Set her off.
Yeah, but what you want to do is take, especially if you're trying to get something attributed. Okay, it's really important that you take good quality photos. So here's my recommendation: think of a quadrant. Okay, upper left, upper right, bottom left, bottom right. Flip it over: upper left, upper right, lower left, lower right. Because what that's going to do is it's going to give them and good photos. Okay, good photos, clean photos, not fuzzy, blurry photos. Not photos that's all washed out because the light source you use is washing it out. Good quality photos, because then what they'll be able to do is they'll be able to utilize those 8 photos to find things like die markers, to find things like be able to look at the designer's initials on the back of a Kennedy dollar, right? To be able to look for that FG, to be able to look for doubling inside the Monticello, or to be able to find those particular items. So set them up in quadrants. Every time you send something in, if you're looking for an attribution or you're looking for something like that, make sure that you're doing those 4 quadrants, because that's going to really help people identify where in the variety the item lies, and you'll be able to look at it. Now, in the Premier Train, I'm number 3, so we're going to go Will's Treasures, we're going to go Silver Bull, and then I'll be 3. I'm actually going to be talking about identifying a variety. So if that's something you want to do, please make sure that you get over there. Now, I'm going to say this just like with everybody else. If I get 50 likes in that video, I'll do an iWinner in there and give something away in that stream as well. So again, come check it out. Smash those likes in that Premier Train as well. Follow that on all the way through Mad Stacker, Pistol Packing Pilot, Gold Sniping Farmer, Miss Coin Crew, Ray, Ringmaster Ray. Okay, follow that and kind of go through all that with everybody. So it's a great Premier Train. It's fun to do. All right. So go ahead, me.
Well, I was going to say, if I do that, then you come over here and you fix my trucks.
Well, you can just be listening. You don't necessarily have to be watching the whole thing, but do be listening. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and fire that up. That is the start of the Premier Train. Let me go ahead and pin that message. Okay. So that message is pinned. So that's where we'll be heading next. And again, like I said, we have 50 amazing people in here. If everybody in here hasn't hit that like button already, please do so. Thank you so much for that. This is the 50 likes giveaway. We're going to go ahead and run that right now. We only have 39 people. We'll give you another 30 seconds or so, because we're going to go ahead and dial out of here and head on over to the Premier Train. So let's go ahead and get a couple more. Again, I only have 39 people in here. Let's see if we can get just a few more. Can we get a few more people?
They already left.
Probably. They're already probably getting ready. We're going to do the draw here in about 15 seconds. So if you're not already in, go ahead and do that. Ladies and gentlemen, we've maintained between 35 and 50 people in this stream. I can't tell you how much I appreciate your support. One thing that nobody has saw, and I'm going to keep this very quiet. I don't want you to have to do it now. The live stream is over, but I did make my 3,000 hours. So if you look down at the bottom, you're going to see a new button there. And that new button has a little box with a $sign on it. All right. So Anyway, thank you so much for everybody watching those watch hours. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate you. Thanks for coming into the stream. All right, let's run it. What is the runner going to be? We got 41 people, and the winner is going to be the one and the only Brown. Oh my God. What the heck? How in the world?
That's rigged.
That is rigged. Yeah, that is crazy. Brown Sugar is doing something right. All right, Brown Sugar, you know the drill. I got your address. I got all your information. I think you win like every other stream. All right, ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor. Congratulations, Brown Sugar. I want you to follow that link. Go over to Will's Treasures. We're hitting that premiere
Hey.
train.
It didn't post.
Me, thank you so much. Oh, All Things Silver. All Things Silver is my first super
No.
chat.
Mine didn't come up.
Oh man, me was supposed to do it. He failed. Me does not win.
No, me did. It just didn't post.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the premiere train is 60 seconds away from starting. Let's get over there. Let's support that. I appreciate you all. Take care of yourself. Be well. Be blessed. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Me, thank you for being up here. Appreciate you, brother.
Yep.
We will talk to you later. Everybody, Frostbite out. We'll see you.